Stage to keep possession.
Huge bid, gets the target.
Opportunity for the Germans, and they break it in.
Throw it the full 80 yards to the field. Are you kidding me?
And an incredible catch.
You are kidding me.
Oh my God!
One of the plays of the year.
And welcome back, Ultimate fans, to the Iverdens Sports Park for this quarterfinal matchup in the Junior Women's Division. Before we get started, we just wanted to acknowledge that we are located on Treaty 6 land and Métis Nation number 4. We want to thank the diverse Indigenous peoples who call this area home, and we are committed to diversity and inclusion in sport. We are so grateful to be able to play here on these fields due to their stewardship of the land for the time immemorial. Clay, what teams do we have joining us for this quarterfinal matchup?
Well, you may remember from earlier sports fans, the team in purple in their matchup against Dust from Victoria. That's Vortex, Surrey, and the greater Fraser Valley in British Columbia. They had a great game this morning. They were very fired up. They're in purple and black on the left of your screen eventually. And in the white in frame is Canyon with the pink stripe. They are from North Vancouver. So this is another BC on BC matchup here on the stream today. This is a quarterfinal. Canyon, one of the top teams in this tournament so far, and Vortex, kind of waking up, I would say, after their day yesterday, coming in this morning very strong in a Vortex that we're used to seeing, Jen.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw a lot of growth through Vortex in their 2 versus 3 crossover game this morning, and I'm sure they're willing and ready to take that next step up against Canyon in this quarterfinal matchup. And we'll have Canyon starting out on defense with the pull and Vortex on offense. See a lot of familiar players for Vortex out here to start the game. And the pull is up. We have Ortiz picking up. Working with Sigismoto, we've heard a lot of in the opening game this morning. Swing to Dhaliwal, back to Ortiz. Looking for a hole through the middle to Highwarden.
Taya Highwarden.
Great shot to Highwarden to the other side of the field to Van Oon. Looking for a reset. Back to Ortiz. Swinging to Sigismoto. Great grab by Highwarden there. Looking to reset. And just bouncing out of the hands of Sigismoto.
Looks okay. Blew a tire, fell on her hip, but she gets back up. She's all right.
Canyon with their first offensive possession. O'Reilly picking up. Up to Kashkaran. And just out of the reach of Azeri. Ortiz with the disc for Vortex. Finding, a nice hole through that cup to Highwarden, but just a little bit too low.
The wind's picked up here.
It has picked up, absolutely.
Causing some turnovers here.
Sarah O'Reilly picking up, finding Kashkaran. And again, just a little bit too far. That wind is really pushing towards where the players are standing on the sideline there. Ortiz with the disc. Trying to get to the other side of the cup. Keeps it on that sideline to Benon. Up to Highwarden. Highwarden looking upfield. Resetting to Benon. The hammer up. Oh, great defensive play by Kashkaran. Back to O'Reilly. O'Reilly looking upfield. Finds a teammate on the sideline. Oh.
Wind really pushing the discs out on that side.
Absolutely. Vizieri, constant target upfield, just out of the reach.
Yeah.
About 2 or 3 times here for Canyon. Hopefully they can reel it in and give her a catchable throw. Vortex with possession here. Again, using that width of the field, just like they did in the first game we saw this morning. And Vortex with the score. That's Dhaliwal to Sigismoto. Oh, yeah, sorry, Atkinson for the first point of the game.
So both teams showing a lot of smarts not to go for the Hawks right away. There were 1 or 2 throws that I kind of want back, but really looking off the strikes and electing to go for the unders. That was a hold for Vortex. They did start on offense. So, I mean, I'm not sure. You actually spoke to Canyon earlier. Are they running like a dedicated O-line and D-line? Do we know?
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
They have, similar to Vortex, just a lot of depth on that team and really like to play as a team. They actually only have 4 graduating players on this team this year.
What?
So a lot of youth as well for a team
Wow.
that's so strong already. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Canyon, great choices in that first point, right? Is just a little bit of execution on those.
Yeah.
So hopefully they will try and reel that in a little bit for the second point and hopefully can get themselves on the board here on offense.
Yeah, gonna have to recalibrate for these ever-changing conditions. These teams have seen each other before. They did play at various tournaments, including the qualifier in BC to get here.
Kinsey with the pull here for Vortex. And it will be coming in at the brick mark. We have a zone here from Vortex.
Worked really well for them.
It
early.
did, yeah. Canyon quickly recognized, adjusting their offense. We have Mara Vines with the disc. To Justine Chang. Chang again. Back to Vines. Back to Chang. Over to Chung. Oh, Cadence Lee had her hands on the disc there, and it just bounced out as she hit the ground. Got Madison Pancho picking up, hugging to Divikaran in the end zone for a Vortex break.
An excellent read there by Divakaran. She had that dialed in the whole way. She thought about playing the person. Do I make her jump early? Do I box her out? No, I'm good. I'm just going to stand where I can get the disc at its apex. Really smart decision. Canyon, interesting how all the players meet in the middle of the field. It's not exactly a timeout. I mean, for both teams, they're doing it. You just saw Vortex doing it. You're seeing Canyon now meet in the middle.
This might actually be a timeout.
It might actually
Clay.
be a timeout. It was intelligent, though, to have all the teams meet
Yes.
at in the middle just to hear the coaches call and everything. Yeah. You only get 60 seconds to be ready on offense, 1 minute. And that is, I mean, if you play Ultimate, you know that is incredibly fast. And we never respect it when we're playing without timekeepers, or in this case, observers who do line and times. It was timeout for Canyon. Thank you, observer Sandra, giving us the heads up. So Canyon, I suppose, trying to get reorganized and ready for this.
Yeah, absolutely. We see Kenyon there bringing a lot of energy into that timeout huddle. Talking with Coach Katie before the game, one of their goals within the tournament is to be the most excited team here. Now, based on the energy we saw from Vortex in the first game, they got a challenge up ahead of them, but I think they can do it. So they might want to be the most excited team here. Maybe we have the most excited game to stream right now between these two teams.
Hey, that's a really good point. Yeah, the two most excited teams here right now. Good observation. Like, I totally agree with you. That's where they're at. I just love to see the change in Vortex today. I know yesterday it didn't go their way. I was talking to Coach Jake before the game, and he's like, we got a wake-up call. We need to be better. We need to be together more. We need to play better. And like, you know, Vortex in the past has, in the women's division, was a dominant force, right? And they seem to go through a little bit of a dip, but what we're seeing from them right now, and the game earlier today, the energy right now, the way they're playing, really on the upswing.
Absolutely. They got a lot of confidence right now. Kinsey with another pull for Vortex, and again, another zone. Vines picks up to Chung, looking to get it off that sideline. Back to Outer Bridge. Oh, there's a call, travel call, it looks like. Disc will be going back to Chung, I believe, on the sideline. And Vines on this side, looking for a little give-go to Outer Bridge. Going over that wall to O'Reilly. Outer Bridge getting in, moving that cup, has Vines on the sideline. Going through the cup, back to O'Reilly.
I'm hearing the loudest
to Outer
sideline
Bridge.
yelling melt, but no one's melting.
Yeah. Worked out in their favor. Vortex able to force another turnover here. We have Kinsey picking up the disc. The vertical stack. Pancho off at the back of the stack. Looking deep to Dhaliwal, who's able to come down with it. Not rushing too much. Oh. Made a great choice looking for the reset there. Just an unfortunate bubble. And then Canyon immediately looking deep, and the disc is pushed out of bounds.
I don't like that look. That looked like a huck into coverage despite it going out of bounds. That was still going to be a 50-50. I want to see a little bit more patience from Canyon here.
Kinsey taking off the sideline to Pancho. Looking upfield, nice break throw. Over to Dhaliwal, looking into the end zone. We have Neninger just on the doorstep, looking to reset. Back to Kinsey. And a great grab by Vortex.
And Vortex sideline fired up. Coaches losing their minds in the good way. You've got a hold and 2 breaks against a team that you know is very strong. They just called a timeout, and then you scored on them on top of that.
That is momentum on Vortex side. 2 players pulling that disc in the end zone for them.
Yeah, I don't know who gets the stat.
So that's what we saw from Vortex this morning, though, too, is every disc in the air they go for. And they try and come down with that, and they've maintained some possessions through those. So they have a D-line out here looking for another break. Canyon, similar to the first point, they have the looks. It's just execution right now a bit. So I think just kind of recognizing you have open unders.
I can forgive the bobble, you know, on the execution. Like, that sucks. But it's going to happen. But the choice of throwing into coverage, putting a lofty throw up, especially when it's a crosswind, like it's behind our booth right now and moving towards the bleachers that will push it out of bounds, that can't happen, right? That can't happen. That is a really low percentage choice.
We have Atkinson looking to pull here for Vortex. Still have lots of energy from the Canyon women's and is that Canyon Open team on the sidelines. It looks like rolled out of bounds, so it should be coming in on the sideline. Outer Bridge looking to pick up. Looking upfield. And Vortex will get the disc back. Venon picking up. Looking upfield. Going laterally. Oh, great bid by Segismoto, but just out of reach. Canyon looking to convert here. We have O'Reilly with the disc, looking for Edgel in the end zone. And great job by Canyon on that possession to actually be able to get that into the end zone here.
Yeah, that getting on the board is so important. You know, they got it done. I'm gonna rewind though and continue to harp on this. Another huck that was thrown into coverage. I mean, number 10 on Vortex. It was Aisha Ketchinson. Had that all day.
Yeah.
Right? And again, it's like you don't need to do that, Canyon. And luckily they got the disc back. And then look, patience and little throws and use your legs. Edgel's in the end zone. I seem to think that her older siblings, who both went to Victoria, if it's the same Edgels, would tell her, hey, just cut under, you're fast, you're big, go get it. And she did, right? Carrying her team that way. Love to see that. Canyon needs to take that example and just start working the unders. Use the legs, use the body, get in there.
Absolutely. Rough start for Canyon, but lots of game left. They can totally turn this around in their favor. We have Mara Vines with the pull here for Canyon. Amy Shu picking up. Back to Shu. And a floaty pass. Oh, great read by Venon. Maintain possession. And then just bounced out of the hands of Segismoto.
Yeah, just a little gut.
Canyon picking up, Vines picking up, looking into the end zone.
And the wind
And
not being favorable
It's
to either
not
team
being
here.
kind to the teams right now. Absolutely not. You have Canyon setting up in a zone here. Vortex looking to go the full 70 yards. Sigismoto with the disc on the sideline. Looking upfield. And great heads-up play by Edgel. Make sure that none of the Vortex players were able to catch that disc.
Yeah. Not sure if
Yeah.
that was for High Warden or for somebody
Yeah.
else, but Edgel had the line on that the entire time.
Mara Vines picking up for Canyon. Looking upfield. Just getting a tight reset into the cup to Cheng. Back to Cheng. Through the cup to Edgel. Playing give-go with Keshkaran. Back over to Cheng. Looking upfield. Oh, just out of reach of Vines. Vortex looking for a quick transition here. We have Atkinson streaking deep. No one picking up the disc for Van Owen picking up here, working with Sigismoto. Looking upfield for an option. It's not there. Through the cup. Just bouncing off the hands of High Warden. We have Vines looking to pick up here for Canyon. See if they can take advantage of what's coming into a longer point. Into Cheng. Another quick transition. Sigismoto streaking deep. And that disc floating out of bounds. Clay, what are you seeing here?
Vortex is riding Sigismoto right now. They don't need to. They're doing well with their unders. I mean, she is really fast. She's one of her highlight players. We saw that in the earlier game. But just chill. You're generating turnovers. You're doing well. Use your whole team right now. Vortex needs more crashes and a quicker bounce off the sideline against this Vortex zone. So right now, move it across the zone just set up. If you can get across right now and make the move, that'd be great. But look, we're only looking open side right now. It's open side. Still open side. Still happening. Open side still, right? Look, break immediately.
Absolutely, and we are running low on open side right now, just inches from that sideline.
There
Finally
it
getting
is.
it off the line.
Immediate break look.
Yeah. Nice look through the middle. Back over to Vines with the disc, looking upfield. Continuing to work with Keshkaran. Finally using the width of the field. And another floaty huck. Great grab by Edgel. Looking into Vines for the Canyon score. And getting a break back to tie the game at 2-2.
Yeah, huge for Canyon needing that regroup. It's, I believe the score is actually 3-2.
Yes, I
Yeah,
believe you
is
are
that
correct,
right?
Clay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But you can't win games without breaks.
Yes.
Right? So you need to get those, and that's huge for Canyon. We hadn't seen them get a break yet. Getting it right after your first hold, get your team right back fired up because that's 2 points in a row.
Yeah.
So you got Vortex on the back step. I saw from Kesh Karen on Canyon, who is a veteran of the team, if I'm not mistaken. When she got the disc in the middle there, she never even looked upfield against Vortex's zone. It was just immediately, I'm just going to get it across. They need to get Vortex's zone moving. You know, we saw Dusk earlier just totally fall to the fact that it was just little dishes to reset the count on the open side, never changing the angle, never making the cup or zone, whatever it said it was, move around. Once Canyon did that, they immediately broke out. But it wasn't until 5 or 6 passes after of just keeping it on the open side. And I won't say it's because they had to, it's just they didn't look break side, right? So aim to flip that field, but let's see how Vortex responds to the defense from Canyon here. I assume a zone.
I would assume a zone with the wind and the teams playing here. That's what we've seen most of today. Pull went out of bounds, so they'll be bringing into play at the center of the field. We have Kinsey with the disc right now. And yes, it is a zone from Canyon. Kinsey immediately give and go with Zapata, back to Zapata, back to Kinsey. Looking upfield. Getting across the field to Pancho. Continues swimming to Dhaliwal. Working with Pancho. Looking deep. And a great defensive play by Amy Flynn for Canyon.
Flynn saw that all
Yeah.
day. What I love about that D is it was kind of hard for Flynn to make sure that she wouldn't, blindside
Yes.
the Vortex player, right? And she did a really good job of making sure she gave her the space and make the play at the same time.
Yep. Nice, clean defensive play. Canyon's got 70 yards to go right now. And off the fingertips out of bounds. So Vortex with a chance in the red zone. And we have Zapata with the disc. We're setting up in a stack in the end zone. Canyon's still playing that zone even though we're just 10 yards outside the end zone here. Just holding that zone the whole way. And worked out for them in that time as that scuba did not get caught. Canyon at about their own brick mark. Outer Bridge picking up. Looking for some movement outfield. Foul call.
Yeah, Lee thinks she had it and was, as she was catching it, was contact with her hands. I couldn't tell. It seemed to me, actually, that it was the disc in Lee's hands that bounced her hands out of it as that Vortex player just hit the disc only. But I can't, was that number 8? That's Dollywall. Yeah, I don't think Dollywall actually hit her arms. It looked to me like she hit the disc and then the disc like flipped her arms up because it was going vertical instead of horizontal. But
I heard
that's just
contact
my
with
take.
something, but yeah, it's hard to know if it was hand or disc.
Yeah, we don't have replay up here in the booth, everybody. So if you want to rewind the tape and tell me how I'm blind, that's just fine, but we're trying.
Yeah. It looks like the players have gone to the observer for this call.
Yeah, they'll both offer their perspective to Chazzy here. Well, observer Hazzy, but we all call him Chazzy. I just want to say, after doing this tournament many, many times and commentating, the observers are solid.
Yeah.
They are just solid. They make such good calls. I don't know if y'all know. They go back to the hotel and just agonize over any mistakes they make so they keep getting better. Just working with them over these years just proves how much they care and want to get it right. So shout out to them.
Absolutely. And the observer ruling was that there was no foul on that call. So Vortex, another red zone chance. Canyon again holding that zone right into the red zone. Tran with the disc right outside. Back to Dollywall. I don't know if Vortex knows how to adjust to this zone into the end zone. And another D by Canyon trying to squeeze something through that cup.
Yeah, zone in the end zone, you suddenly run out of backfield.
Yep.
So you're like clogged. You're like, but I can't throw it over. There's no room.
Great job by Outer Bridge to get the disc to the middle of the field. Moving it upfield to Petrachuk. Oh, and another great grab by Petrachuk. Keeping working with Sun. And defensive play. Clay, did you catch who got that one from Vortex?
I believe it was number 4 who's about to get it.
Nice. Another great grab by Pancho into the end zone for another Vortex score by Devakrin.
Seeing far better chemistry from Canyon. Vortex aside, you see them celebrating out there. They are having a hell of a day. I'm just going to put it that way. They are at their best. We've seen them probably the best they've been this season. Is it the ceiling? Probably not. And they're doing awesome. Canyon, that was far better chemistry. Yes. I don't want to say that was a bad point. That was a good point until we kept looking open side in the zone, on the open side of the field, right? We just have to work harder. They just have to work harder to move it to the break side, spend less time looking upfield. It's tough with the zone wrap.
Yes.
Do players have all the throws they need in these conditions to get it around? Mm-hmm. Who knows? But what we didn't see was Canyon hucking it away. They kept it, short. They have established that they're going to go deep, so Vortex is guarding it. But keeping, more value attached to their possession was what they really needed, and they just did it. So that was definitely an improvement. And when the score is only 4-2, you have time to improve.
Outer Bridge on Canyon showed a great ability to get that disc off of the sideline. Without Outer Bridge out here right now, we'll see if Canyon can still keep the disc moving and keep showing this some improvement there. We have Vines looking immediately upfield to a big open end zone.
That was a set play. It was flip it and then edge will go deep. But teams, you got to look downfield and say, am I going to take the shot to the play of the person who's supposed to get it when the defense has wrecked it? They still could have run that play and not thrown that, but it was Atkinson just poached on that all day.
Yeah, great position. By far the closest player to the disc on that throw. And wind still affecting as the disc continues to roll out the sideline.
What is the discussion?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I think the disc was kicked on
Oh,
accident.
that might have happened
And now
as a
they're
player
just
ran past.
trying to work out what's fair here. But it could have been a foul on the throw, or is it just I kicked it? Was it accidental or on purpose, or should that be taken back? I don't know. We don't see that one a lot, so
It
we
looks
don't know
like it's
exactly.
going back to the middle of the field. So Canyon will have possession right on their end zone line. You might think, no yards to go, easiest place to score.
Oh, this is so hard.
They're looking to run an ISO. There might be a call here.
Yeah, I think Keshkaran heard the foul call and stopped running.
Yeah.
Gets a yellow card for the push-off. Wowie wow. Observer Sandra motioning. You cannot extend your arms, and I'm going to assume it was done with a force that was hard enough that was major purposeful contact, which will get you a misconduct foul.
Yep, it will. It was enough to knock Fano into the ground. Oh. And
As you said,
Set up on the
not
cup
easy
right
on the
now.
line.
Vortex having to go full 70 yards here. We have Segismoto with the disc, working up the sideline with Amistad. Ooh, and another one.
Yeah, or just that Ortiz just kind of offset pancaked it.
Yeah. See if Canyon can run through a set here. Vines up to Edgehill, back to Vines. Looking upfield. We have Keshkaran. And again, just a little too far by Canyon here.
They're trying to move it quickly. They're obviously used to that,
Yes.
right? But I mean, you can't just keep telling your team to take a breath, right? They have to play at the speed they're used to, but it's definitely just feeling a little rushed when it doesn't need to be.
Yeah. Vortex again here, working from within their own end zone. And another chance for Canyon here, within 10 yards of the end zone line. Vines wide open in the end zone for the Canyon score, bringing it back to 4-3.
So, very important hold to keep this game within one. Vortex started the game on 0, so they're still up a break. They're still up a break.
Yes.
So Canyon needs another break to catch up here. The team meetings are happening. I don't know if this is a timeout. Neither do the observers. We're looking around, but both teams were doing this. I was saying is everybody runs to the coaches to hear the call, whether they're on or off, what the look is going to be.
Seeing Vortex players jogging to the end zone line, so
Not a timeout.
doesn't look like it's timeout. Just a little regrouping here.
Yeah, they're both doing such a good job of coalescing around their coaches after every point that it looks like every conclusion of the point is a timeout.
I mean, if you get there quickly, you can have a little
You can.
30-second timeout
Yeah.
chat with your team each point.
You're very organized.
Yeah. Outerbridge has the disc for Canyon here. We'll be making the pull. See if Vortex will be looking for a clean hold to try and maintain their lead.
Good pull.
Pull lands just inside the far sideline. Vortex looking upfield. Again, a Canyon zone. Spotto with the disc. Working on the far side of the field, looking upfield. And similar to the Canyon throws.
That's the
Those-
throw you don't want.
Yeah.
And Vortex, someone should point out to that player who threw that. I wasn't sure. Was that 17?
I couldn't catch
Kinsey?
who it was.
Yeah, Kinsey. You were doing a great job earlier flipping the field. You don't need to take those OI shots up the line.
Yeah.
Those are dangerous.
Oh, Oh.
I have an idea of what's going to happen.
Yes.
That it's up to number 9 to know. Yeah, this is. I support this. It is up to Zapata to know if she's going to go up like that where everyone else is on the field. Did not know where Keshkaren was and ran into her. Keshkaren's good. That high five, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that bad choice to make something quite dangerous there. So both teams down with the yellow.
Oh, and a foul call. Defensive play by Kinsey, and then the foul on the throw. Uncontested. Thank you for hand signals, Edgel. So again, Kinsey looking upfield. And just at the reach.
This is huge for Kansas.
Yes.
15 yards out.
Outer bridge with the disc. Looking for that OI forehand to the back corner, and just a little too far.
Outer bridge has not been successful with those OIs.
Yeah.
Need to make a change.
That's a tough throw, like throwing around the defensive player to try and hit your play in the back end zone. Like, yes, your teammate had some space, but it's a tough place to hit, absolutely. Now they're pushed back another 15 or so yards about midfield. Again, Outer bridge picking up here. I'd love to see her look to the middle of the field.
Disagree. Edgel calling a foul. I felt Kinsey just held that position the whole time, had her boxed out. Kinsey's allowed to hold that position into the disc, and Edgel ran into the back of her. So I think, let me put it this way. If I were in orange, I would rule in purple's favor here.
Yeah, I saw the same thing you did. I think that positioning by Kinsey was great. It looks like it just is going to be a contested foul going back to Outer bridge.
But like you said, though, I mean, we want to see Outer bridge look at the middle right now.
Yeah.
Edgel was locked down.
Yeah.
That was an obvious choice. Kinsey played great D. Why we're still pushing the issue here on the open side, that 5-yard window of space, like horizontally.
Yeah, and still looking upfield, Outer bridge. And Atkinson getting in there to knock it down. Kinsey picking up again for Vortex. Looking to the middle. Back to Kinsey.
Wow.
And a huge block by Lee.
Lee seems more surprised that she blocked that and happy about it than anybody. It was both, did I just block that?
Yeah.
And then had a mini celebration.
Outer bridge again, picking up right on this sideline, about 7 yards outside the end zone. Vortex really defending that upline cut. And again, Outer bridge overthrowing those forehands.
Yeah, or not necessarily overthrowing, but they're floating out in space, and the defense knows it's coming at this point. Like, Vortex has figured you out.
Yeah. Zapata looking to get the disc off the line. Another floaty throw. High Warden again, pulling down those high discs. And High Warden looking deep.
Good positional defense, number 16 on Canyon, Amy Flynn. You know, that huck didn't need to go up. I think everybody at this point understands how I feel about that choice. But Flynn with great positional defense against what has been a weapon for Vortex, Amira Atkinson.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like both teams are just really hesitant to look at their resets right now. And kind of holding onto the disc a little bit longer as we do get a great reset to the middle to Lee.
We should point out, this reset up the field, you see it right there, is directly into the wind. It's a hard throw to make.
Yep. Canyon in good position now on the opposite side of the field with the wind. We have another OI forehand by Outer bridge. That's again defended by Kinsey.
Yeah.
How many Ds has Kinsey had this point
so
far?
Many, and I mean, she's got a really good idea of what's going on. Unfortunate drop, though, so now Canyon has it on the doorstep once again.
They have the added advantage of actually being in the middle of the field this time, so hopefully they can convert, and they do, with Cheng throwing to Keshkaran for the Canyon score to tie the game at 4s.
A hugely important point. You see the Vortex players that were on that point, hands on their knees, frustrated. Vortex now calls a timeout, maybe saying regroup. I'd go into that that huddle and say, y'all, like, you've been playing great. Don't let that kind of a grind point get you down. We didn't get it. We had our chances. We have Canyon on the back step here, right? Like, we were beating them, right? Now we're just back on serve. That is to say, we started the game on O. It's like it's 0-0 all over again, right? We just played 8 points, and we quote unquote won that run against Canyon, right? Let's do it again. And maybe just also a little bit of talk of like, what were we doing that was working? And it was moving the disc across the field, winning with our legs. And what is still working? And it's snacking on the upfield game of Canyon right now. They're struggling to move it to the break side. Let's keep clogging that middle. Let's keep our eyes up and play that help defense.
Yeah, absolutely. The first few points of this game, Vortex played very similar to what we saw in the second half this morning. It was that no hesitation on those around break throws off of the zone trap and then immediately swing to the other side. And they've moved away from that a little bit in the last few points and starting to push things deep. We're getting into those floaty passes that anyone can put a hand on. And for both teams, the defense is coming down with those a lot more than the offense is.
Yeah.
So we'll see what adjustments these teams make as we are potentially halfway through our first half.
It's interesting, like when we talk about adjustments, I'm actually seeing some players that were just on last point going back on.
Yeah, a lot of familiar faces out there.
Sigismundo going on.
Yeah, High Warden's out there, consistently making lots of great grabs on both O
Taya
and D.
High Warden.
Did I say High Warden? Or did I say
No,
something else?
I'm just
Okay.
enunciating so I get it right. I got her name entirely wrong. Almost the entire first game.
We've got Outerbridge back out there on defense for Canyon again with another pull. And a great pull downfield. We've got Dhaliwal picking up with Sigismondo. Looking to Neniger. Got a couple Vortex players there. Sigismondo's able to grab that one. High Warden coming in.
Sigismundo
No
thought,
call.
yeah, Sigismundo, I think,
Yeah.
signaling to High Warden that she felt you got fouled. She's like, no, I didn't. I dropped it.
Yeah. Vines picking up for Canyon. We have, great grab by Vazir, who was originally uncovered.
But Vaziri stays
Vaziri,
down.
sorry.
No, that's all right. Vaziri stays down and
Looks like a bit of a
Probably
belly
winded,
flop
yeah.
landing.
Yeah.
Yep. Those hurt in the short term, but hopefully will be fine when she catches her breath.
now I know she's not in frame, but Coach Katie just signaling hands over your head. Coach Wendy keeping an eye on her. Get your breath back. I mean, it's good that she just got winded. It was a great
Yeah.
kick, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're going down to the ground, you worry the athletes are doing some damage and knocking the breath out of you. That's the kind of effort where you're like, yeah, I'm willing to take this 30 seconds of agony to keep the disc alive for my team.
Yeah, it was a great adjustment of, I think that Vaziri was actually moving towards the sideline and then the pass came up and was able to quickly readjust her line to maintain possession for Canyon there. Where there was no contact with the opposing team, Vaziri will need to take a sub on this point. Looks like
22.
O'Reilly coming in. So O'Reilly will get possession of the disc. Canyon about at the brick mark right now.
Their first chance at a lead this game.
O'Reilly should have the full 10-second stall count right now, so hopefully looking to make a great choice. A great choice to try and get the disc in the middle of the field. Unfortunately, another slip out of the fingers. Vortex players streaking deep right now as Dhaliwal's looking for an option. High Warden getting it across the field to Atkinson with the big throw.
And the crosswind
Yes.
asserts itself.
Outerbridge again taking the disc in on the sideline. Looking for the observer beanbag. There it is for where that
The
disc
observer
went out of
beanbag.
bounds.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So let's see if we can.
It is a beanbag.
I think it is a
Okay,
beanbag.
yeah.
See if Outerbridge can find a nice offline option here. Looking upline and defended by High Warden. Again, looking deep. This one stays in bounds, but too far for Atkinson to catch up. Again, we have Outerbridge looking to pick up the disc for Canyon. Looking for Vines. A little too far for Vines. Canyon with possession on the sideline, just about at their brick mark. Looking for a stack on Atkinson right now. See if they can run their end zone system here and try and get this disc offline in a good position for them. Looking for someone to fill. Dollywall still looking for, oh, there's a discussion going on.
Fast count and or space.
Observer signaling stall.
Oh, stall, you're right. My bad.
I didn't see, there was no pass attempt.
No pass
unless there was a
attempt.
violation called by the thrower. So observers.
Sometimes as the thrower, your defender says stall, and you're like, whoa, what? No way.
You didn't
That
say all
had to
those
be
numbers.
fast, Yeah.
So might be a little explanation of the rules here by the observer in case players aren't on the same page. Looks like we are coming in at 8. Getting to the other side of the field. Oh, bounce. Oh my goodness. Bounces off of High Warden's hands. Is that Segismoto that caught the disc there?
No, she got bonked, but she's okay. I wasn't actually sure who came up with the grab.
Looks like
there. She was being-
Dollywall.
Yes, she's being
Yeah.
aggressively celebrated right now, so I can't actually tell.
So we'll say High Warden with the unconventional assist on that one.
Yeah. I think it was Rhea Dollywall. I mean, it's the player doing the gritty out there. And I believe it was Dollywall, so.
That's how you celebrated juniors instead of spiking.
I mean, I'll take it. We were saying there's so many fun ways to celebrate that don't involve.
Ruining discs.
Yeah. Or, yelling at the other team.
Vortex is able to get their lead back here, so Canyon's still looking for that first lead of the game. Vortex will be pulling here down to another Canyon group. See some new faces out here from the last point or two.
So we are back on serve. I mean, we had a few breaks earlier. It's 5-4, which means like at the score of 4-4, the game was essentially down to 0-0.
Yes.
Right? And now we're at 5-4. So it's on serve. Both teams still kind of even.
Kinsey with the pull here for Vortex. Chung picking up. Working with Chang. Edgehill to Flynn, back to Edgehill. Travel called. Back to Flynn. Flynn and Edgehill just playing a little two-way game here. Edgehill getting it to the middle of the field. Great work. Chang with the disc, back to Edgehill. Looking upfield. Edgehill still looking for an option. Great around break to Flynn. Oh, looks like there might have been a call.
I think it was number 2.
Devakrin.
Yeah, she's complaining that Edgel gave too much body in the front there. Maybe on the pivot? Not
Yeah, might have been on that around break.
Yeah. But Canyon moving the disc in their handler core.
Yes.
Right? Sideways across the field. Some up and down short throws. We're not hucking it deep when we don't need to right now.
Good choices, good choices.
Good choices.
Also great on Edgehill signaling the contest call, so it is going to be a contested offensive foul. Looks like
We
coming
do
in at
appreciate
6.
hand signals.
Edgehill to O'Reilly. We have Chung with the disc right on the sideline, looking for someone to get into that cup. Lots of crowding here, looking for... Great work by O'Reilly. Oh, and Kinsey with another defensive play on the end zone line for Vortex. Vortex back in the middle of the field, looking to convert a break here.
How many blocks for Kinsey this game?
We're close to double digits. We're close to double digits. Oh, little bit of contact there. Kinsey with the disc. Up to Pancho. Great grab by Bassi. Looking to continue upfield. Back to Dhaliwal with the big look to Amistad, but it's, again, those hucks on that sideline.
Yeah, it's tough. These players, you know, you get, through practice, when you're young, you get muscle memory, or sometimes it's more of like a memory of a sequence, right? That sequence makes sense. Boom, 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 tic-tac-toe, up the field. I have one player now on a one-on-one. They're beyond their check, running deep. This is a huck. This is a goal. That's what we do at practice. Adjusting for this crosswind, it's hard to turn that away from your brain. That's what you're used to doing. That's what you've done at practice hundreds of times, right? Did some semantics here, the footwork.
Yeah. Chang trying to get into that cup there. So a great look off of the sideline for Canyon. And still on the far side with the disc. Looking to move it. Oh, and Zapata with the turnover there.
She read that
Perfectly.
Exactly what the thrower wanted. It was very sneaky.
Another chance for Vortex here with Kinsey picking up. Bassi looking for Dhaliwal. Made the catch. Are we inbounds? No.
She towed that dotted line, actually, thinking that that was the sideline. But
all right, and Canyon picking up again on the sideline. It looks like there's another discussion there. Chung getting into the cup, still on the far sideline. Looking for some options. O'Reilly holding on to the disc.
I'm hearing from the sideline, Coach Wendy yelling, "Call the double team," and this was an issue. We didn't actually really talk about it, but we did have some discussions with teams after the games and learned that Vortex's cup was getting far too close. But I don't think the double team's the problem. The problem is DeVaccarin's wrap. Right, she's marking almost upfield, is so active that handlers are just having such trouble throwing around her to get the break off. Of course, it's stopping the crashes and makes it way harder. But just let's see an around throw. It's so difficult to get off.
Oh. And Dhaliwal with a huge block on a huck attempt for Vortex. Again, no throwing options to the middle of the field. Is that Kinsey, I think, looking at the disc?
She's wondering if she can keep playing with the warp disc. If it's pierced, you can get rid of it. Technically, if it's not broken, so you keep playing.
Vortex about 10 yards out right now, and we've seen that throw before.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think they're worried. This is coffin corner right now, and watch the sideline presence is going to get involved. The cup totally sets up. DeVaccarin pushing upfield. The cup collapsing. Canyon has to find the hole, but they do.
Yeah, good find for Church upfield. It's one of those plays you almost have to get the disc off the sideline before the cup can catch back up. Chung again, right on that far sideline here. Looking for Church. Church again, maintaining possession. And O'Reilly with the score. That was a little close to the front of the end zone line. And when you have observers, and if you think you're in and you did what O'Reilly did that maybe we shouldn't be doing on the screen.
Okay, fun fact, a Canyon parent. Okay, so this is funny. A Canyon parent got so psyched up on that goal, she practically ran onto the field. Observer Sandra had to turn and tell the parent to get off, hence missed the spike on the goal. There's no spiking tournament, which is an automatic blue card. And I wonder, on the other side of the screen, Coach Jake is talking to Observer Chazzy, being like, yo, they just spiked it. And yep, he's giving the hands. Oh, man. Well, don't worry, everybody. Vortex, Canyon, this will be on tape later. Yeah. And you might have. Oh, there is an injury for a Vortex player, actually. I just got the signal from Chazzy. I'm not sure. Perhaps a cramp.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, y'all. I hope I wasn't talking of all that while she was down. I feel bad. We are going to hope she's okay, but she's got her coaching team around her. Coach Chris right down there seeing what's going on. It will be an injury timeout. So while both teams are lined up on the pole, they can talk about what they're going to do and everything, but the clock is not running on the time to pull right now. So we'll just see what goes down here.
Might be looking to get some extra assistance.
Yeah. Looks like some other players from Canyon are checking and seeing, do you need water? Do you need us to get somebody? But it looks okay. Say based on everyone else kind of going about their business, they're just saying give her some space and she'll feel better soon. We hope. I wonder if you can award a blue card for a spike after the fact, like later on. I don't see why you could.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't think other observer saw it. And whoever's mom that is on Canyon, I
might have saved.
yeah,
team
might
a
have
blue
just saved
card.
your team a blue card. So that's kind of funny. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it can be awarded after or if the other observer was able to see that or not.
I don't know if he did. Maybe at halftime I'll go talk to Coach Jake and see if he was able to convince them.
Yeah.
Well, we do have the medical team from the tournament coming out to check out this Vortex player. I mean, she's up. She's talking. Got everyone we need around her, so right thing to do. We're just gonna wait this out. Jen and I are just gonna take a quick water break while we wait, so I'm just gonna turn off the mic. We'll be back with you in a sec.
All right, we are back with the Canyon pull from Outerbridge. Going down, Vortex, Segismoto picking up, looking upfield. Vortex trying to continue using that width of the field to have their nice smooth offense. Get it back to the middle. We have High Warden with the disc right on that far sideline again. Resets to Ordiz. Ordiz looking deep. And a great defensive play by Fiona Edghill.
Yeah.
Preventing that Vortex score.
Was close, but again, the wind pushing it out there.
Yep.
And Edghill able to just close the gap. Incidental contact.
Yeah. Outerbridge able to hold on to the disc there and looks towards the middle of the field. Unfortunately, just a little bit too low for her teammate to pick up on. Ma right in the middle of the field to, I think that is
22.
Van Owen there.
Yeah.
Van Owen with the Vortex goal and the Vortex hold to put them up again 6-5
There's
in
a lot
this
of
very close
contact.
quarterfinal game.
Yeah. There was a lot of contact there, but all of it was incidental, but kind of
Yeah.
confused the players and some people stopped playing. I want to commend, what number is it? Outerbridge from Canyon, 32, Avery Outerbridge. I just want to commend her that getting stuck in the corner on that sideline. We saw the attempt
Yep.
at that IO flick, and I love that. I love because that's where your offense is suffering, taking charge as the handler and being like, I'm going to get this through now and everything. Unfortunately, it was just a little too low, and with the crosswind, it pushed it right into the ground, right? It's hard, but recognizing that we need to break this cup. A coach might say, well, if we don't have those throws, well, why are we making them? I think Canyon does have those throws. I think they've just been freaked out by the wind, right? But starting to look for those shots. And what Outerbridge can do now too is it won't be telegraphed, right? And now she can throw that fake down there and that IO flick and the cup. We've seen Devakron, who's been wrapping all this stuff. She's gonna bite. She's gonna jump over and take away that IO, and then the step around backhand break will be so much easier. So loving that attempt. That was great to see. Are we at half or a timeout?
I think we're at a timeout. We're at 6-5 unless we've made it to timed half, which I don't think we have. So I'm guessing it would be another timeout.
Oh, you know what? No, I think our half should have been our timed half at 15. So I'm thinking this is halftime. We're looking. Trying to get the attention of the observers.
See the whole Vortex team going to the sideline. I believe we are at half right now.
It's halftime. Okay, it is. So yeah, we're going to take a break. There'll be some ads, and we're going to try and bring you an interview with some of the players shortly.
I love working with the team towards a common goal.
For the camaraderie
And playing with my teammates.
I play for my team.
Teamwork and the connections that I can build on and off field.
For the community and the exercise.
Because of the community and the competition.
I like playing Ultimate Frisbee for the competition.
I play for the competition and the fun.
For fun.
Because fun.
I love getting to work hard.
You get out of it what you put into it.
Leave everything out here.
Every time I step on the field, I want to be a better player.
You know, give something people to talk about.
Be happy but never satisfied. To step away from real life and focus on Frisbee.
I play because I love Ultimate. Find your drive.
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 Hello, Ultimate fans. I am here with Naomi Kinsey from Vortex. Have you been watching the first half? D after D after D after D on that end zone line down there. Naomi, how are you feeling about your game the first half so far?
I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like we're working it really hard up the field. I did get hand blocked like 4 times, so I'm less good about that. But other than that, I think it's a pretty solid half.
That's fantastic. It's been a great close game to watch. Any adjustments your team wants to make going into the second half?
We're going to be a lot more preservative on offense because we keep looking for the bigs, but there's a lot of wind going on. So we need to calm it down a little bit.
Excellent. Anyone you want to shout out on your team or anyone watching from home that you wanted to mention or say hi to?
On my team, I want to shout out Haley Zapata because she's my reset handler. She always got my back. We're doing uplines. She's a great teammate. I love her.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you so much.
Do as well.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Second half action here at the 2025 Canadian Ultimate Champion Junior Edition. If you're just joining us, this is a quarterfinal between two of BC's own, Greater Fraser Valley and Surrey's Vortex versus North Vancouver's Canyon. Vortex currently in the lead with a score of 6-5. And it's been a close match. Vortex just firing, Jen. I've been so impressed with their play today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they just keep rising to the occasion over and over again. And each half we've watched, they've improved even more and more. So I'm excited to see what they bring into the second half of this quarterfinal game. And we have Amira Atkinson pulling off for Vortex as Canyon picks up. And immediately starting with using the width of the field, which is a great adjustment from that first half. Fiona Edgell with the disc on the sideline, getting it back to the middle. Back to the sideline with Vines. Vines is looking upfield. And then trying to move back to the middle of the field. A great job finding Avery Outerbridge with the huge huck. And a little bit too far there for Edgell.
Vortex just sees these coming. Like, they did this in the first game, too. They've always got someone backing deep, and that we're not going to allow you to get the free deeps. We're always going to have a deep playing conservatively and taking that away.
Yeah. Now Vortex with the opportunity to go 70 yards back the other way. Looking for a reset to Ortiz. Ortiz with the huck the other direction. Segismoto almost making the play on that one. And we're going back the other way with O'Reilly with a great grab, but it looks like that might have been affected by a Vortex defender.
I don't...
Oh, they're waving their hands. No?
I think Atkinson is saying, I made a call, but now that I see the result, I see it doesn't matter. I'm retracting it.
Great choice there by Atkinson. O'Reilly looking for a reset. Manages to find Vines behind her. Vines looking into the end zone. And is that Edgell there with the score for Canyon, being able to tying the game up at 6. Clay, I saw a lot more of the width of the field being used there by Canyon.
Yes. Wasn't it awesome? Yeah, I mean, you need to get this Vortex front face of the defense moving. Whether they zone or they're playing poachy or they're sloughing, whatever they're doing, make them move around because Vortex has just been on a hair trigger for these defensive plays. They're shooting out their hands to stop passes. They're laying out. They're jumping up high. They're reading the play. You've got to get them on the back step if you want to play offense against them. If you let them get comfortable, they're just so explosive, right? And you can't let them get set and charge that up.
Yeah, it's a great find by Outerbridge there too. Before the Atkinsons and the High Waters were able to get back into their deep positioning there, where O'Reilly was wide open. Those are the deep looks you want to take, not the ones that we've been seeing that have been floating or drifting out of bounds. It's the ones where your receiver has loads of space and can just run onto that disc as it comes down. I think that's Outerbridge here with another pull for Canyon. And heading towards the Vortex sideline.
A lot of screaming. Sniper.
See the Vortex women's team with the open team just beyond their barrier behind them, providing lots and lots of sideline noise. Kinsey bringing in the disc. Looking over to Van Oon. Van Oon's looking for an option upfield. Was able to find Devakrin. That Canyon zone defense still holding in the red zone. Devakrin's looking for an option and is able to find Zapata upfield. Again, I don't know if Vortex quite knows how to adapt to this zone right at the end zone. See a lot of people just kind of hanging around upfield, not really sure where to go. There was a deflection there by Vaziri on that attempted OI throw into the end zone. So Canyon having another.
Yeah, most teams don't zone that close to the end zone.
Yeah.
It's a real weird look. Devakrin earlier on her catch bent that disc literally in half. The edges touched. So let's see how it holds up in the wind here.
Oh. A foul called here by Petrachuk. Trying to pull down that hammer.
I disagree.
It kind of looked like it was moving a little bit more towards Van Oon.
Yeah, I mean the contact's there, but she had position on you. The question is, did Van Oon adequately not initiating contact? It's tough to say. But I don't know. But we're just up here.
Yep.
Offering our 40-year-old opinions.
Enjoying the reenactments from on the field. Seeing if the observer's either discussing maintaining the time or if they're asking for perspective.
Yeah, usually when they go into these circles, they'll say, tell me what happened to one player, and then they go to the other player, tell me what happened. Okay, I both understand the context of what you two are saying, and in that context, do you want my ruling? You do. Here's my ruling in that context. What they don't want to do is go into the players and be like, I saw something completely different than what you guys aren't even talking about, because the observer can't, in these situations, say, both of you are wrong, here's something entirely different that happened that actually matters. They can only rule on what the players feel the infraction was. Unless, of course, there's something different, like a dangerous play.
Yeah, and it looks like we will have an observer ruling here, which is no foul. Yeah. So Vortex will gain possession of the disc where it is on the ground. I think players just getting a bit of feedback on restarting play. Then we are live again. So Vortex about 10 yards outside their end zone. Kinsey picking up the disc. Looking to Devakrin, who's able to toe the line for the score. Vortex still holding on to that 1-point lead, up 7-6 on Canyon.
Devakrin's having a stellar game.
Absolutely.
Doing it all, right? Like just ISO, like we know Vortex likes the ISO in the end zone, but she had quite the juke there to get wide open. On defense, she's been, every time she's on defense, she's on the mark in the zone and making it so hard for Canyon to move the disc. And she's fired up.
Absolutely. I mean, this whole Vortex team is fired up.
Yeah.
The most exciting game happening right now at Iverden Sports Park.
I don't know if Vortex expected to be here. You know, I don't know if they expected to be in the quarterfinal beating Canyon. You don't want to get ahead of yourselves. Maybe, you know, it ain't nothing to them. Their opponent is just their opponent. It doesn't matter who it is. But players always look back on how their season is going and they say, okay, Here's how our practices have been. Here's how our games have been. Here's how we performed in tournaments. Do we see ourselves up on Canyon in a quarterfinal? Do we have that belief? Did we have that expectation? I mean, if you're a junior coach, you're like always believe.
Yes.
But they're having a great game, a great day.
And I think at this point in the game, they absolutely have that expectation. They can play with Canyon. Oh. Canyon looking to swing to the middle of the field. Again, that Vortex zone consistently putting lots of pressure on all of the Canyon throwers. Violation is called.
Double team.
Double team.
What's happening a lot is as Canyon moves the disc across, the cup has to adjust, right? Because suddenly someone in the cup that isn't on the mark is too close to the new receiver, so they have to back up. But I see Canyon's point. Those players in the cup that are now suddenly double teaming a new receiver are backing up slowly.
Yes.
There's not much of an effort to get out of the way. So Canyon has been frustrated with that this game.
And still putting pressure on that Vines throw. The screw over the top did not work in their favor. So they have Dollywall picking up for Vortex, trying to find a receiver in the end zone. Canyon's got, there we go, some receivers downfield.
Yeah. Atkinson right away. Just like, oh, foul. Yeah, I hit you. So, and a big smile on her face. She's like, yeah, you got that, girl. That's trans okay.
Contact does happen in Ultimate. We hope it is always unintentional. Everyone is okay. Flynn's got the disc just on their side of half. See, looking for a reset option. Was able to find Edgehill. Edgehill looking into the end zone for O'Reilly. And O'Reilly's able to pull that one down. Canyon to tie that game at 7s.
Sports match, 7-7.
It is.
This is exciting. I mean, we'd love to see these ebbs and flows. Ultimate is a game of runs. Thank you, Oliver Telfer. But it is a game of runs. We see it everywhere. It can go either way. Both teams have been high energy. We do have a Vortex player down. Looks like a lower leg injury. No criticality to immediate health here, so that's great.
Yeah.
Did you think I'd say the word criticality on the screen?
I did not predict that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been given a quota of words to say. Most I'm not allowed to.
Yeah. Although it is still windy here, the heat is picking up a bit, and so we have seen a couple players kind of coming down afterwards and potentially some cramping happening with this increased heat that we haven't seen through this tournament so far. So yeah, really important. Even if it is windy, cloudy, raining, you got to stay hydrated through the day.
And teams have done a good job of staying under their shade tents and getting the sunscreen on. I mean, there's lots of parents here to remind everybody.
Yes, absolutely. Maravines with the pull for Canyon. Vortex coming down on offense. Little give-go happening on the far side of the field. Quickly getting it back to the middle of the field and swinging to the other side. That Vortex staple that works so well for them. Dollywall looking back to the middle. And a down call. No disagreement from the Vortex player. Vines looking to pick up for Canyon here. Looking for some options upfield, asking the cup to move back. And the run through D by Zapata. Looking again for Zapata. Double happiness. Oh, we have something. Yeah. Edgehill's looking to make a call.
Signaling that there's a call somewhere. I don't understand what it could be.
I think she's trying to signal not in the end zone.
And it's out. And unfortunately, Fiona, you don't have that call with observers.
So that goal will stand for Zapata, getting that huge run through D and then continuing to sprint down the field to get the pass from Van Oom for another Vortex goal. Vortex is now up 8-7.
Ultimate parlance, the double happiness. defensive play and the goal in the same possession. Great job there by Zapata. And just for those of you, if you're watching the clock, it's 1:43 by my watch. Our soft cap will come on at 1:45. We'll tell you what happens. But basically, the horn for this game should end now, goes in 12 minutes. And with it a 1-point game, unless a team does go on a run here, the cap might not matter. We'll see. I mean, if everyone stays on serve, this might come down to universe. If there's a few breaks, one team's going to be at a huge disadvantage. I mean, if you're an experienced ultimate player, like, yeah, obviously, Clay, that's how scoring works. But for those that aren't sure, the cap may come into play if one team goes on a run. If not, it's just kind of going to be a trade and come down to hard cap.
Yeah. And we have not had a break in this game until Canyon broke to tie the game at 4s.
Dropped pull is an automatic turnover. Vortex on the brick.
Kinsey looking to pick up for Vortex, trying to get her team organized. Canyon matching up at the end zone here, not having the opportunity to set up their zone. And Zapata again with the break for Vortex.
That is a huge misfortune for Canyon, strictly based on the timing. It's a 1-point game. The soft cap comes on in 1 minute, a dropped pull. Everybody's done it. I've done it myself. It is the worst feeling in the world. But how do you answer?
Yeah. Canyon coaches trying to get their team's energy back up, their confidence back.
I like
quickly back to the line.
I believe it was Justine Chang who did mishandle that pull, but goes right back on. And I love that from a coach to see that. Soft cap did go on. I just got the signal from observer Sandra that it is a game to 9. Is that what you saw too? Am I incorrect?
It would be at least a 10 because Vortex is currently up 9-7.
Well, everyone, there may be a soft cap.
Held up 10 fingers, game to 10.
But did she hold up 10 fingers?
Yes.
I only saw 9. Okay, not crazy. Game to 10. So Vortex within 1. Canyon has to score 3. I hear part of the coaching staff over there, Big China, as he's known to the Vortex crew and his team, telling everybody, take a breath, everyone. Take a breath.
Atkinson with the pull here for Vortex. Out of bounds, so Canyon will bring that in at the center of the field. I think just in front of the brick mark. Vortex already set up in a zone configuration. Segismoto is ready to go on the mark here. Again, Canyon asking for some space. And immediately looking right back to Atkinson, pulling it down for Vortex. Ortiz and Dhaliwal looking to keep the disc alive for Vortex until they have a good option upfield. Kinsey able to get the reset under some tight pressure from O'Reilly. Vortex is now finding something upfield. Van Owen looking for an option, finds Ortiz. Segismoto able to find a cut up line. Whoa.
Okay, Ortiz with a huge catch, but she's in pain. I'm going to go with rolled ankle.
Yeah.
We're going to pan away and make sure she's okay. She did make a great catch. Again, that's tough. That if you just watch that play, it was an errant throw, and her teammate and her teammate's check all went for it together. I don't think you can really assign blame except call it a hospital pass.
Yeah, so, unfortunately it went a little far and a little floatier than the thrower intended there. But Ortiz was able to come down with that, but we hope that she is okay
hard
first.
To make a catch like that. and take the contact and hold on to the disc.
It looks like we also have a Canyon player who is taking an injury sub as well.
You can do that on injuries. You can, if one team calls injury for one of their players, there is a rule that you can sub from the opposing team. They can kind of match the number of injury subs.
Yeah, I'm not sure Vines was the Canyon player involved in that play or not, or is a separate injury. So looks like the replacement's coming in. So it might have been a separate injury by Canyon on this play.
Got staff helping her off the field. And looks like she's going to have enough people to help make sure that she gets some attention, either just in time or from medical staff. I'm just curious to see if observers are just going to say, here's what's up with the timing. It's
like
no cards awarded or anything, so I do believe that is just a misfortune. You know, a serious misfortune, but no danger, no intent was had.
Pancho gains possession on this sideline, immediately looks into the end zone, but Keshkaran is able to make the defensive play for Canyon, possibly preserving their life in this game. We have Outerbridge picking up, again stuck on that corner, looking deep.
Oh, almost. Atkinson has been so solid. I mean, obviously
Atkinson
feeling
looking
the
for
time crunch.
Segismoto looking upfield. Segismoto still looking upfield. It's able to find Van Oon. Looking back to Segismoto. Just towing the sideline. Looking into the end zone to Van Oon.
That is game. Vortex. That is game? We're going to double check. We were unsure of the cap. But, oh, this is classy. You know what's happening? Why it's so quiet? Vortex keeping their celebration down until they're making sure their player is okay. I don't know if Vortex knows they just won the game.
I think coach is just checking in.
Yeah.
Now they know.
Yeah, Vortex not aware that that was soft cap. Nobody knew, so they have just won the game. Canyon did seem to know, so it was very quiet. But, yeah, as Ash is saying, we told them, but that is it. Vortex winning in the quarterfinal over North Vancouver's Canyon. What a story for Vortex. Just an amazing turn of events for them today and how they're coming along. Obviously, Canyon will be disappointed as they were a favorite in this tournament, now knocked down into the 5th place bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. Vortex, they just keep rising.
Yeah.
Every half we've seen them play, they just kind of get a little bit better, a little bit better. That energy gets a little bit higher, a little bit higher. Like
usually a vortex keeps going down.
I know. What's the opposite of a vortex? A tornado?
Well, we've got one more game today happening not immediately after this, but in 38 minutes we have a quarterfinal from our open division. I unfortunately don't know who it is, but I do look around and see several teams warming up. We've got Ignite warming up beside us. Not sure who it's going to be, but we'll be back with you in 35 minutes. Jen, it was a pleasure.
Was a fantastic.
This was a wonderful game to call. So stay tuned for our last stream of the day. Open quarterfinal at the junior edition of Canadian Ultimate Championships.
Stage to keep possession.
Huge bid, gets the target.
Opportunity for the Germans, and they break it.
Throw it to the field.